All right, guys, welcome back to the Sayin Society. You got myself, Jasmine, and Jagad. Jacha couldn't be here today, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I think we scared him off with last episode with Zoro unable.
You know what it is, man? Zoro wasn't in this chapter.
No, I think it's because he needs like a little break because like last chapter Zoro couldn't like finish the job.
Now he's not even in the chapter.
It's exactly like, what do we do?
It's a lot for Zoro fans.
Nah, for real though. Like
You can't finish.
Jinbei dropped. Yeah.
Anyways.
Today we got One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah. I didn't expect One Piece this week actually.
I thought we had one more week of break.
Yeah.
If we want to talk about any animes, I've taken a look at the first two episodes of Windbreaker, as well as the first episode of Kaiju number 8.
And Windbreaker worth it?
It's like the story seems very simple.
What type of anime is it?
It's like main character is not really like seen. Like everybody fucking hates him for like whatever reason because he like looks different.
Oh, okay.
You know, like
Naruto.
that whole like complex of like, oh, you look different, so we're gonna alienate you. You
Okay.
you, like dye your hair, like be normal or
Okay.
look normal type shit. And then he goes to like a town where like everybody's kind of like that.
Okay.
Or like the people
they'll
that
look like him or they'll look different.
they're like different, but the people that are like him, like in terms of different, and like they kind of like to fight as well. The
Okay.
delinquents or whatever, right?
Is it like a martial
There's a
arts
whole
type of
school
anime?
that's dedicated to being a delinquent. No, it's just like it's like gang shit in a way. Like,
Okay, so it's kind of like Tokyo Revengers, I guess.
in a way, that was kind of like the sense that I was getting. But like obviously, Tokyo Revengers had like this whole timeline shit that was going on.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know if the story gets more complex later. But like right now, it just seems like this guy's trying to make it to the top and be the
Okay.
best.
Like a delinquent thing.
Yeah, like be the best type of shit. But
Yeah. Okay.
like I mean, if you're just like watching something on the side, like it's not bad.
Yeah. No, I kind of like that type of those type of anime. Those are
And
nice, man.
Kaiju number 8, I fuck with the first episode. Yeah, that was fun.
Oh shit.
It was fun.
Down. You got a smile compared to like before. You're like, yeah.
Because Windbreaker was just like I was expecting.
I gotta feel it out.
Yeah,
But, like,
because you definitely have to feel Windbreaker out. But Kaiju number 8, like
Yeah.
it kind of locks you in first episode, or at least me. Like,
Does it use like that weird CGI that anime use or no? Because I kind of saw like some like art and stuff. I didn't really get to see like the anime.
I didn't think it was bad. Like
Okay.
even if there was CGI in there, I wasn't
Yeah.
just like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Okay, because you know how, like Ajin has like that.
Yeah,
weird-
no,
it's not like that.
It's
right?
not like that because
Okay.
Ajin, like every character was like
Yeah.
CGI.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
Sick. How many episodes is out now?
for Kaiju
Kaiju.
number 8, I think the next episode comes out tomorrow.
Oh, so it's first episode.
its first episode
Oh,
came
shit.
out. Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. I need to get on that.
definitely.
I'll watch that for next time.
Yes, sir.
Let's get into One Piece,
100%.
dude. The Gorosei are fucking beast, bro.
Yeah, they're kind of working everybody
They're
right now.
fucking beast.
They're actually just working everything.
Yeah. Holy shit, man. Like I'm happy with the display of power though.
100%.
Like they've actually like done justice for that. But what I think is kind of weird is how they're portraying like Luffy's powers.
How do you mean?
And I don't know if it's like maybe it's a community issue and not like a One Piece issue. But like Luffy goes gear 3rd, hits the dude with like
Mhm.
that giant like red rock thing, whatever. But then like but when he's in gear 5, like he's like having issues like keeping in the form.
But like, he
So
didn't
it's-
really hurt him with that red rock. I feel like it was just
No, he
kinda
didn't.
like-
But like for him to think that was a viable option and not just
Oh,
go
okay.
like not just go straight into like
Gear
gear 4
5.
or gear 5,
Mhm.
like that's kind of weird. But he's still applying like hockey and stuff. So it's like, and the fact that he did apply hockey and it still hurt his own hand,
Yeah.
you're like, okay, like he's like Luffy's probably thinking, yo, I need to up this and like use like Rio now at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Because like they said, like his skin was hard as shit. So like,
Yeah.
there's some Kaido like type of thing
Durability.
going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, the durability.
I'm wondering if like the community just thinks like, oh, like if you're in base form, like these transformations are kind of like Super Saiyan transformations where it's like
multiplication.
like it gives but I don't know if it's even like that. We're just
I think Gear 5 is safe to say that like that's the case.
yeah, like just gear 5 alone, like with like the reality warping, sure, but like and in terms of like what he can like attacks that he can take, but then like the damage that he's doing and like I guess just overall like I want to say like his like battle prowess or something. Like I don't know how to explain it, but like
Gets worse.
his battle prowess gets worse in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Right, but then like he has that offset of like because I don't really know if are his attacks really getting stronger.
I feel like
now
it
he's
would
not
be
now he's not
like
applying like Rio and like whatever.
in Gear 5 or
Yeah, like he has more freedom to do what he wants with his attacks, so he can like throw like the randomest like shit at you.
So then wouldn't you argue that because he's not applying Rio in his attacks that they're just like by default stronger because he's able to give the same amount of damage that Rio would to like somebody who's that durable, like Kaido for example.
But I'm thinking like if you're thinking like a prime Luffy, like if Gear 5 can't tap into Rio,
yeah,
would it not be like a Gear 4 version of Luffy that can tap into Rio?
I don't know. I don't think that it's like an issue that like Gear 5 can't tap into these things. I would argue it's just like because of like the way that Gear 5 acts, like in terms of like he becomes like comedic and sort of like unserious. He's not able to put serious attacks together
behind it. Yeah,
because like any attack that he launches in Gear 5 is very just like kind of Looney Tune like comedic, right?
Yeah.
We haven't seen him just say "fuck it," like, I'm just about to drop this guy.
But like he threw that piece of a building, one of the Gorosei in this chapter.
Yeah.
But it's like the way like at the point that these guys are at, like the durability is way higher than a building hitting him, right?
Well,
so it's
he made the guy eat it. So
yeah. That's I'm like certain things. I'm like, like can we confidently say Gear 5 is actually stronger?
See, but like this is like an issue that we've been seeing with just like in general, like the power scaling, like it's not consistent. Like for example, like you just brought up the building thing. Was a building really gonna slow down a Gorosei that much?
Like last chapter, he had the bat, and like I'm assuming it was hockey encoded, and he hit him with. It
looked like it, and it was creative, right? Like there's like creativity that's coming out to like slow the Gorosei down versus like throwing, hey, eat this.
And like I feel like we've seen it in anime where the more unpredictable somebody's like fighting style is, the harder it is to beat them. Yeah. Right. So then, and it it goes into that when you're like reaching like end game level stuff where it's like hard to, fight somebody who can just do all kinds of things. But just the way that he did his Gear 3 punch and stuff, I was like, okay, you're already having an issue in Gear 5. Why did you go into Gear 3? Yeah. That was kind of weird.
No, I agree, because you would think that Gear 5 would be like kind of like the end all be all
and like
type of form.
Besides that, like there was another issue. You know how like he like taps out of Gear 5, he gets like all old. And shit, and the Giants are kind of just like, yo, what happened to you? Yeah. And then they feed him like food. Yeah. I feel like what's the point of having this drawback where you need to feed him food to sustain Gear 5? Because like there's been no like within the story, like the plot that's moving. Yeah. It's like you're not even letting him actually like letting us see the drawbacks. Yeah. Like have him, be out of the fight, like old, and then that he can't fight, and then not just like immediately give him food to like get him back into it.
Yeah, it could have been like a Dressrosa situation where like they're just running like the.
That's what I'm saying. Like, before when Saturn first pulled up, like Luffy was like out of it for like maybe like a chapter or two, but then he randomly got food when they actually needed him to get food. Yeah. And then he just pulls up there. Like, no, like if he's gonna have this drawback, like actually have an issue that happens while he's fucked up.
I feel like we lost that drawback back in Wano. Yeah. In the sense of like, for one, like he was dying and this form saved him. Yeah. And then, like, if realistically there was gonna be a drawback, he should have like almost died at that point.
No. Yeah. Yeah.
Like his heart should have like started to stop again.
Yeah. Once he like got out of the form. Yeah. Yeah. And that would have been kind of cool if like, or like would have been different if Luffy had to maintain Gear 5.
For the rest of the time?
To like stay alive.
That'd be wild.
That'd be fucked though. Like,
but the Straw Hats would never get nothing done, but bro.
if they well, considering like Wano was like the first time showing it. Yeah. If it had progressed in a different way, like where it wasn't like how like Luffy's feeling all free and stuff and going, it's still Luffy, but it's like he just happened to like a Devil Fruit awakening the same way like Doflamingo guys have theirs. Yeah, yeah. Then it would have been fine, but it's just like now that he has to like maintain it. It's kind of like shaving like off his life or whatever.
Well, we might see that at the end of the series because like we know that he has done things that taken off years off of his life. So it could be a thing like, maintaining and sustaining Gear 5 or like using it is also a drawback.
Yeah, but it's kind of hurting with the Egghead because like it's such a nice arc otherwise, but then there's like it's just those little things that you're just like, because of how cool everything else is, you're kind of like, I'm gonna let it slide, but then
Yeah.
it's kind of like you wouldn't let that slide normally. It's just like
Yeah.
that's an issue that's kind of just there.
Well, I mean, with like Egghead, I would kind of like at least maybe the last 2 chapters. I would say that it's become more of like a evacuation type of arc, which I don't like entirely. Yeah. Like I would have liked to see a bit more of a stand from the Straw Hats.
Really?
Because like
Dude, how are they supposed to handle?
But they're like we're in the final saga. Like there should be some sort of stand. Why are they running?
They have to.
But like to this extent,
with how crazy the Gorosei are, like unless other people pull up and help them, like we still have that like giant robot that we have to wait on. Yeah. But like in this chapter specifically, like you have each of the Straw Hats like facing off with the Gorosei essentially.
Yeah. So like
you had the bald one with the sword.
Yeah, he pulls up on
Frankie and Bonnie guys.
But like we know Zoro's on the way to that. So
Zoro's on the way to Nami guys though.
Oh,
because they were all supposed to go back to Nami guys to like meet up on the ship and dip, right?
I thought he was going back to them.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I was like running through it earlier, and I'm like, if Zoro pulls up, he can help. Like that'd be nice to obviously fight that dude.
Swordsman,
and then also save these guys because how else are they gonna survive?
Yeah, there's no way.
But then like, you have Saturn's like spider legs kind of pulling up on like Usopp and Nami guys on the ship. Yeah. But they can like burst out of there. So I was like, that makes sense. Yeah. And then you have like the Giants and Luffy, and like they're kind of dealing with 2 Gorosei at the same time. Yeah. But they're kind of getting out of there. Mm-hmm. And then Oda didn't like draw it too well, but like you kind of see one of the Giants get like pierced or something, or like they get cut, and you can see like blood kind of coming out of them. But it's like black, so I don't like, it's hard to tell. I don't know if you saw it, but
I didn't see that.
It seemed like shit was about to go down, you know. And then you had the 5th Gorosei, at the snail, right?
Wait, so who's with Luffy right now? It's the worm and
with Luffy, it's the worm's one of them, and the boar.
Oh right, it's the boar. Yeah.
It's those 2, yeah.
Okay.
And the other one's like Saturn's at Usopp guys. Yeah. And then the one that's a bird is the one that went to the snail. And that was the other thing I want to talk about was when he pulls up to the room, like if you look at the final page, he kind of, you know when like people see something and like they have that reaction with like sweating? Mm-hmm. He kind of has that reaction of like what the snail is like transponding like onto like a screen.
You think he's seeing it?
He's seeing something that the snail's about to show. Yeah. And like it kind of seemed like he was shook, and he's like fuck, because he's trying to get rid of all this shit and like blow it all up, right? Yeah. And then fuck, what's that? I forgot that Vegapunk's name. The one that's like gluttony. York.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's sweating though.
But like look at his reaction though, like the way that he's looking.
Oh, like the eyes are,
like just
the
in
eyes
general.
Are shaded out.
Yeah. Just like it looks like he saw something. So. I kind of feel like the way this moved is, I was like, yo, you know how we were talking about last chapter, how like Vegapunk like orchestrated this to like trap the Gorosei? Mm-hmm. I feel like having that one Gorosei go up, like maybe he's gonna be the one that dies, and then that's gonna, because like if one Gorosei dies, then it's like the other. How are they gonna stop the Gorosei from like not just completely murking out Luffy guys? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. So the way it's split right now is Nanami, Usopp, Frankie. Who's Frankie with?
Frankie and Bonnie.
Frankie, Bonnie, Luffy the Giant, Zoro, Jinbei.
Running back. Sanji's with Nami guys, and Robin and Brook. Like they're all together, I think.
Okay, so they could play in a weird way where like Sanji holds off, Zoro maybe somehow pulls up on like Bonnie, and like holds off.
Well, that's what I was thinking was like, yo, Zoro gets lost on the way, pulls up to Bonnie guys,
or he feels the haki and he goes there.
Grabbed him and like dipped. Right?
Yeah, it could be a thing where he feels the haki and he goes that direction. Like,
I don't. That's kind of there's haki, like overwhelming haki around the whole island at this point.
That's true. That's
and
true.
Like I don't know how they're gonna like actually get away unless like something either draws the Gorosei back and they need to like recalibrate. So like if the giant comes and the giant's like strong enough,
the robot.
The robot. If they're like, yo, we need to fucking like all focus on this robot now. Maybe that's
was the robot that pulled up on.
He hasn't pulled up yet.
No. Like, isn't this the same robot that pulled up on what's it called? Where did the Gorosei stay?
What?
Where did they stay again?
Oh, on the Sacred Land.
Like, isn't that the same robot?
Land. No, it's the same robot.
So
he
then,
did
like
pull up.
he has to be like beast enough to like solo pull up on the Holy Land, right?
But but is he beast enough to handle like all the Gorosei?
Oh no, probably not.
That's why I'm like, yo, if they have that as like the robots here, so that the Gorosei can all hit him, and then Luffy can run away, I kind of don't like that.
This is why like I want a bit more of a stand, maybe just from like Luffy, Zoro, like the strong guys. Because like realistically, bro, it's Gear 5, Joy Boy, like
they had that
Sun God Nika,
they had that
like
whole spread page of like the 5 Gorosei against
yeah,
Nika.
like why not just do that same double spread but with the robot there now? You know? Like fuck it, dude. I'll take it.
From this like chapter, it kind of showed that the Gorosei are way stronger than the Giants, and like because like last chapter and stuff, it kind of felt like Luffy guys were kind of getting that edge and coming back and like regrouping and like being able to get away.
I feel like Luffy could still do things just because of his reality warping. Like he can definitely, just based off of the reality warping, like I know that they're always going to continuously come back, but like that at least gives delay in my like my
the thing
thought.
is like what I want them to actually have like some type of loss, and not just have like
the Straw Hats.
Yeah, and not just have like Stussy like
Usopp.
die. Well, that's what I was saying. So like that's the thing. Like, do you think Oda's gonna like, yo, let's kill Usopp before he even gets to Elbaf? Or what
if it's like a thing where like he doesn't necessarily die on Egghead, but when they get to Elbaf is when he passes away.
Yeah. That's because so
what I was the other thing that I was thinking. Sorry.
Okay.
Just like really quickly because we mentioned Elbaf.
Yeah.
If the idea is to just escape to Elbaf, assuming Shanks is still there, nobody can move after that. Yeah. If Luffy gets to Elbaf and like Shanks is there, because if it's just the Giants, they're still gonna follow Luffy to Elbaf. Yeah. If Shanks is there, is the only reason this stops.
The Gorosei would stop.
Yeah.
But then that's like at that point, like I feel like Oda's gotta address that issue of like why are the Gorosei not moving on Shanks?
Yeah, but like we've been thinking about this.
That's
right?
what I mean. So like that's like their time to be like he's better fucking answer it there then because you're just like. Nah, this makes no fucking sense.
Or it could be a thing where they do try to attack and Shanks just pulls up and
maybe.
just
if
like pops off.
If we see him pop off like that, like shit, my bad. Like I'm down. Like
I'll be down too. Yeah, and like imagine Gear 5 Luffy pulling up. Gear 5 Luffy and Shanks. We got Film Red going on right now.
So here's what I was thinking. You know Joshua doesn't want to hear that. So because Saturn's the one that pulled up on Usopp and Nami guys.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a good chance that he uses like his corrosion, like poison and stuff
on Usopp,
on any of them, and like they lose a limb or something. Because I feel like they got it at that point. Like,
but based off of that, I could see Usopp getting hit with it and like him just like corroding away until like he reaches Elbaf, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Or I was thinking like he starts corroding, they cut his limb off, and then bless you. Okay, I don't know. Yeah, so like he starts corroding, they cut off his arm. Yeah. And then maybe like Frankie like gives him like a new like tech arm now.
Ooh.
Cuz I was thinking like
aimbot.
That's what I'm thinking. I was like yo, like what if he like loses like a limb or something that they're able to like recreate with tech, and now like Usopp's just like a better sniper now. Cuz like remember when we talked about like Usopp getting to that Van Ogre level? Mm-hmm. Like something needs to bridge that gap. And maybe it's like, he gets... And like Usopp would be fucking like... He'd be like, yo, I fucking got tagged.
It was supposed to be his observational hockey, though, right? Yeah. And like if we kind of go off of like Film Red, if that is going to be like... Because like so many things have like...
Film Red have been coming.
Cropped up from like Film Red. Yeah. It would be his how.
So that's what I was thinking was like, how... Like it's like a very anime thing where like... If somebody loses a body part or like one of their senses, the other one's like spike.
Yeah.
So then I was like, that makes sense if Usopp or like anyone... lose like a body part or something, and then like because of that they like to compensate their hockey or something gets stronger. And I'm like so I was like, if it's Nami, Usopp, I guess Sanji, like if they like if anything happens to any of those guys, like the OG crew, that'd be solid.
Oh, imagine if Sanji loses the leg and they give him a mechanical leg.
He's already on that mechanical shit, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, what like, but like for Sanji I was thinking like an arm, because he fights with his legs anyways.
Yeah.
And like he's still gonna be able to cook and shit, I guess, right?
Yeah.
But like I was thinking, like it just can't be like, I don't want it to be Robin or Luffy or Zoro, because Zoro, he's like, you want to see him like see his potential as a swordsman.
You want him to open his eye.
Yeah, and you don't want him to actually like fucking have like cybernetic enhancements or some shit,
Yeah.
or anything like nerfing him.
Yeah.
Because then you're gonna have like Zoro fans be like, "Yo, if Zoro didn't lose that,
Had to
like,
nerf him,
yeah,
just for the story to progress.
Yeah, and I don't want to hear none of that BS, bro.
Gotcha.
Like, exactly. And then like Luffy and like Robin and stuff, like they're Delafruit users, and like I guess
they
like
don't
Chopper
really-
too, like it doesn't really affect
Luffy doesn't
them.
really like need any.
Exactly,
thing
and
like
it'd just
that.
be weird to have those guys like do that. Like
Yeah,
Robin can just grow her own limbs with her crew.
that's true.
So yeah,
Yeah, I feel like this would be a decent to great opportunity for a Straw Hat to like
like something.
die.
Yeah,
I'm saying
I've
all
always
the way
been,
to death.
I've always been behind like Usopp dying, but like
Because I feel like he's the only one that makes sense. Like his dream is
Yeah.
very like
able to die.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
like if his whole thing is to kind of be like a true warrior or whatever,
Yeah.
like he could die being a warrior.
But it's like how does this affect?
Like what's the definition of a warrior?
Yeah.
You know?
Because you could, if you take it like to the game, like like he fucking like he stood on business type of
Yeah,
shit.
because like it's not like he pushed it out. He was a brave warrior.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what he
Facts.
wanted to do.
I'm wondering like how it would really like play into the story though, in terms of like affecting the Straw Hats and their growth, if one of them actually died. That's why
Yeah, that's
why
the
I
one
kind of
thing.
don't think like somebody's gonna die.
Mhm.
I'm leaning more towards like one of them gets handicapped in some way,
Yeah,
because then
yeah.
that
I mean, I'm down with that too.
yeah
The thing is like, because we know that like Luffy might see this as a scenario like, oh, like I fucked up again. I wasn't able
Yeah.
to save my crew. I was too busy fucking
Yeah.
around. Like, but like, maybe that's something that he also needs in like a Gear 5. Like, yo, maybe
Yeah.
if I was serious.
but also like if like say this is like Nami or Usopp and they lose a limb, it could like completely like fuck with their head with like how they're gonna like they're like, yo, like I just like lost a limb, like how am I supposed to be a sniper? I can't go on the crew anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And like Usopp is specifically like he's already so like negative and shit, right? So then like he might just be like, yo, just leave me here, I can't be on a Pirate King's crew. And then like Luffy's gonna be like, nah, I need you still, and then like
Yeah.
have that moment still. And they could do that with like I guess like a decent amount of them where they're
Yeah.
like well, don't worry, like we'll think of a solution. And then yeah
Well, Frankie is a solution.
he can have
So-
he's a solution to everything. So like if he can make whatever it is.
I think it's plausible that like if this whole arc has now become just evacuation,
No.
that Elbath still has Shanks on it,
Mm-hmm.
just as like the backup for what's going on right now. For when Luffy
you think
pulled
Shanks
up.
won't pull up to Egghead?
But then why send Dory and Brogy?
Because Dory and Brogy were even saying like, yo, we saw you in the newspaper.
Yeah,
And that's why they pulled up. So that means like, yo, the news about like
so
Egghead has been already like out there. So I'm like, yo,
no, I thought they would have just gotten it from like the Wano shit because of like his wanted poster.
well, how did they know to pull up to Egghead?
Oh, true.
Right? Like, I think Egghead's like that shit's been like broadcasted to
That's
like a
true.
certain
Yeah,
extent.
how did they? Well,
'Cause you
unless
also-
Shanks told him like, yo, he's heading the direction of Egghead.
Maybe.
Because like the thing is
Maybe.
like, it's so
'Cause-
like I guess the two plausible things is saying that like there's already news out there,
Yeah.
or Shanks told them, because we know that Shanks was with them or is still
I thought,
currently
I'm pretty
around.
sure last chapter they had mentioned that it was like like newspaper or something like they
but
saw
then
it.
but then like that part of that like I could say could be directed in the sense of like his wanted poster, because
Yeah,
like
it could.
it's all his wanted poster has
100%.
it all white,
Yeah.
and like that's kind of what they were mentioning. Hey, we saw you in the paper with the all white.
Yeah.
Like what's going on type shit.
That's true, but I think
They didn't. That wasn't really an indication of like they knew, like we knew you were at Egghead
Mhm.
because of this. It was
yeah.
like we're intrigued of like this whole all white sun god Nika.
Here's another theory I had actually.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, with the giant stuff, like it could, yeah, for sure.
Because like
Because if it's the way you're saying it, then like
yeah.
if Shanks told them, they can like pull up and like without Shanks being there,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of keep the incident kind of like compact.
Contained as much as you
Contained,
can. Yeah.
Because then otherwise it's like, yo, where's the Grand Fleet? Like where all like
Yeah.
like anyone that Luffy's made friends with, kind of like where are like half these guys?
Yeah.
If it's actually been broadcast like that.
Yeah.
But then what I was thinking was like, what are the chances the Gorosei are like linked together? Because you know how I was talking about like the one that saw the snail.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say like
They're all seeing the same things, sharing the same thoughts.
not like a pain situation, but
Okay.
like you know how like Luffy's been doing whatever he can to like hurt them,
Mm-hmm.
and he's kind of like, yo, like they're not phased or nothing's happening.
Yeah.
What if they're just like splitting the damage between them?
Maybe.
So like,
yeah.
cause like when you think about like how much damage you could do to like one person, and they're already like top of the fucking world.
Yeah, split that by like.
Split that, they're fucking feeling nothing.
Yeah.
Right? And especially like with their healing and shit, like they could be like, if they're linked like that, whatever that first one, like the one that sees a snail,
Mm-hmm.
if there's a trap set up that fucks him up, does it immobilize all of them? If they're linked, that's where I'm kind of like leaning towards, because like, how are these guys gonna actually get out of here without it being like just some BS, basically? You know?
Like, well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. They could like in a weird way like continue to do what they're doing, how they're kind of like fighting their way out. It's like, you know, you fight, you back up some more, you fight, you back up some more, you fight, you back up some more. And if that, like, say if it goes into like what I'm saying, like the theory in the sense that like Shanks is on Elbath, if the whole idea is to fight back up, and you get to Elbath that way, like I know it's a long dragged out situation, but then you have like the greatest sense of backup right there. Because like my other thought process is like, what's the timeline between when Shanks was on Elbath and Kid pulled up and what's going on Egghead?
It would have been immediate.
Because Dory and Broggy were on island at that moment, right?
And they all left together, like Luffy and Kid guys.
Exactly.
So they would have all reached their respective islands like around the same time.
So then either Dory and Broggy left at the same time Shanks left Elbath, or Shanks was like, yo, like this is a direction that Luffy might have went in. If you guys want to go get him, type shit.
If Shanks can like sense hockey that far, because we saw with the Green Bull shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he was able to sense that Green Bull was going after these dudes in Wano.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if he can sense like Luffy's like on this island, then yeah.
Then
I can see that.
Because then like the other thought process is like, why else are Dory and Broggy here?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, the Nika stuff. Like,
the Nika stuff, but then they could have just waited for Luffy to actually pull up on Elbath. You know?
Yeah. No.
Why, like, how did they know that like shit was going down on Egghead?
Yeah,
unless it's being broadcasted, or Shanks is like, yo, shit's going down.
Facts. That's true.
I don't see Shanks pulling up to Egghead, but I can see him being on Elbath.
Okay. Why do you think he wouldn't show up?
Well, because then like, what's the point of sending Dory and Broggy first? Why not just pull up with them?
It could be a matter of like things he needs to do before he pulls up. Like maybe he needs to get other like things like situated.
Maybe
because he also has like his grand fleet with him, and they're kind of made up of like weak people, right?
Well, like tell him no.
Well, maybe he needs them to like. He's like, yo, you guys need to like get to safety and shit, because I'm about to like get in this bitch. You know,
but even if it goes like the other way, like because he has his grand fleet with him at Elbath, isn't that like a perfect like you have an army right there, right? Like if you get everybody back to Elbath, there's an army right there. Now you'd be going up against two emperors, at one of them being Shanks, the other being fucking Sun God Nika Luffy, the giants, and Luffy's crew, and then Shanks's like grand, like. That's kind of
okay. I can see Luffy as like getting like Shanks being on Elbath.
Yeah.
Luffy guys get out because the giant pulls up and Vegapunk's trap.
Yeah.
Like those two things together, I feel like might be enough to stop the Gorosei from like specifically trying to like fuck up Luffy guys. Because like that thing, it seems like that's their number one goal. Because they're like, we don't want no fucking Nika shit coming out.
That and like whatever Vagabond's like trying to like information he's trying to expose with his like broadcast. Yeah. So like, because like the reason why I'm saying this is like, what's stopping them from just like persistently chasing after Luffy
guys? Yeah.
Like, what's stopping them?
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Like the greatest thing to stop them would be a deterrent. Two emperors.
Yeah, two emperors. They're already saying like, oh, you have to like, it's a full war, going after an emperor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And like dealing with two at the same time, like they're not ready for that.
And like a whole grand fleet.
Yeah, because they're not ready for that.
Yeah.
Or what if they just go like, fuck it.
They just like pull up dicks out. No, there's just a war going on in Elbath.
What's the matter of like, does the information like, does it actually leak?
With Egghead?
With Egghead. Does the information actually leak?
Like the Vagabond information, or like what's actually happening?
The Vegapunk shit? Like, does that leak? Because like if Vegapunk's
I think it does.
If it does leak, then like they might have to orchestrate how they like, it might be like another like Dawn or like something that like changes the world, where like the Gorosei kind of have to be like, yo, fuck it, we're like all in.
Recollect, or
don't just be like, fuck it, we're all in.
Oh, just go for it.
Yeah.
But then that's like worse on them.
Huh?
That's worse on them.
Well, then it's like as the fight's going out, like Marines and everyone's pulling up, and it escalates into this huge war on Elbaf.
Yeah, maybe.
Right, and
Maybe.
then it could just fucking go crazy from there.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's true. Because then, like, in that way, you could kind of have a scenario where, assuming Shanks is still there, you'd have Shanks, Luffy, maybe Law pulls up there.
Yeah, islands are close enough. Kid's already there.
Kid's pretty much already there.
Yeah, he can fucking do some recovery.
Yeah.
Get
You
better.
You have like Shanks' whole like Grand Fleet there. Maybe Luffy's Grand Fleet pulls up.
Blackbeard's close by.
Blackbeard's close by, but then he just like sneaks through to go get the One Piece.
Yeah.
Imu-sama pulls up.
Yeah, like I mean,
Dragon's already flying. Dragon's
Imu,
flying somewhere because there's like movement lines.
No, like I mean, Imu could stay back at the Holy Land.
Yeah.
If he like really can't like have anyone see him, but then this is the opportunity for revolutionaries to just like go raid them and then just fight the God Knights like on their own.
Yeah, true.
Right.
Yeah, I mean this could be like the moment where everything kind of like actually cascades.
And that's like the incident. Like that's what starts the whole thing, right?
Yeah, that's true.
I think that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, next One Piece episode's gonna be sick. It's like, cause like did you end up watching the last one?
No, I didn't.
No, dude, man, I had to run it back. That shit was crazy.
Was that good?
I'd watch it again. People be sending clips and shit. Like, dude, it's so good. Like you already know, like AMVs and shit are gonna go crazy.
Oh yeah. I already saw some. My man posted one.
Yeah, I had to. But this next one's gonna be like, it should be like kind of like the end towards their fight. So I think that's gonna be nice.
Rob Lucci
and Luffy, yeah,
getting KO'd.
Anyways, do you talk about JJK?
Do you want to talk about anything else?
Oh yeah. So this is a Zack Snyder promo. We got Rebel Moon Part 2, The Scar Giver.
One sec.
Just came out today.
On the screen, I'm gonna put the Rotten Tomato percentage.
Now you're gonna do screen shit. That's crazy.
17%.
No, actually, no. We'll actually talk about it. It was supposed to be good. Apparently, it's not getting good reviews.
Even the audience score right now is at a 42.
It's 17% for critic review. The first one was what, a 20%?
So, wait, did this go down? Oh no, it went up. One second, let me refresh.
Okay.
Oh no, never mind, it went down. So it says a 16% out of 4.5. It's
higher than the 13% it was at.
Yeah.
At least.
So,
like, at least some critics.
So it's at a 4.5 out of 10.
Dude, it's gotta be so.
Audience is at a 42% at a 2.5 out of 5 stars. So
I'm gonna watch it after this, but. Audience score being 40% is fucking crazy.
Yeah, you'd expect like the
60, 70.
The Snyder bots to be like flooding it 100%.
Yeah, they probably didn't have time to actually check it out.
What are they too busy with, bro? They don't do nothing else.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
They too busy on Twitter, like arguing with people. How dare James Gunn post a picture of him reading Superman with Superman and Lois? How dare he?
No, that's actually kind of crazy. I don't know.
Zack Snyder's a blueprint. Here's a picture of him reading Watchmen.
Yeah, you're in there, man. You're locked in.
No, I'm getting the same tweets on my fucking feed, bro. It's annoying. I hate it so much. I don't even care about this shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. If it might just leave some distaste in my mouth and just be like, yo, honestly, like, Snyder might not be the one, man.
Well, no, of course, like, he's relying on director's cuts to like make his movies good. I just don't understand why he can't make a good normal movie.
This specifically, because it's like the director's cut is part of Netflix's deal.
Yeah.
Which I'm like, this kind of it's the first time that you've ever had like a director's cut thing be part of the deal.
Yeah.
Which is like so weird and like different to like, so it's like this PG-13 version of Rebel Moon might be shit, but like I still want to see what that is.
If it's better, like,
well, for it to be included in part of the deal, it's not like it's not like audience reception was shit. Now you want to all of a sudden save it with a director's cut. It's more like you still have this director's cut version,
but like, so then isn't that an issue if like his PG-13 version is getting rated shit?
But that's like
because like he's filming essentially two different movies.
But
one version of that movie was ass.
It's like if you had a Deadpool movie and a Deadpool movie was PG-13,
yeah, you
would kind of be like, yo, what the fuck was this? Do you know what I mean? And then you need like a Deadpool movie to be like
gory and like you see some shit.
Exactly.
But like,
so it's like it's kind of like in that same way.
I don't
think
where
like
this type of a movie, a sci-fi movie, needs
it maybe not maybe not a sci-fi movie, but like in terms of like the direction he wants to take it,
Yeah.
it could, because this is like a whole universe he created, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's not like we have like the subject matter to be like.
But it's a bootleg Star Wars. Like you don't need R-rated for
That's
it.
true, but maybe maybe like he needs it to be.
You could have done like a
that
dark
way.
PG-13.
How PG-13 doesn't really get dark. Like, what's like the darkest a PG-13's really been?
The Batman.
The Batman's PG-13.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well, but even that, it's like
They play around with tricks to make sure that they're
Yeah,
still able
yeah,
to do
they-
brutal things,
yeah,
just not showing directly the brutal
yeah,
things.
yeah. But that was more of like a detective noir film too.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like,
So-
there's tricks that you can do.
There are tricks, but then
And,
like,
like,
would you?
My issue is that, like,
It's kind of like
if he's essentially shooting two different movies,
yeah,
like, because I think one of the
He
quotes I
is,
saw
he
that
is,
like
he
he
is.
shot different scenes for
100%.
his
He
R-rated
shot, like,
movie.
full- yeah, 100%.
So then, like, why aren't you able to also do a good PG-13 movie and an R-rated movie?
Yeah, I mean, but
Like, to me, it's showing lack of like ability to direct
creativity
and create.
creativity
Yeah.
in terms of like how to handle the scene.
Yeah.
But also, like, it's kind of like if you have like a specific like vision of like this connecting to this,
But you agreed
and that
on it.
and
bro.
that I know, but if you have that flow of like this, like for you can't like it might not make sense from like a writing perspective to like let's go this way instead,
But
because that's, you know what I mean. The arc changes everything.
But you agreed on it. Like, you agreed on this deal that
I
was
think-
gonna give out two different movies.
Yeah, but
You should be able to do it. You had time.
yeah, but again, like if they're marketing, like if Netflix was trying to market it like, the PG-13 one is literally meant for kids, then like yeah, like kids
No
aren't
kids
kids aren't nitpicking it like that.
Bro, but like no kids watching Rebel Moon.
Probably not.
Sorry.
Probably not. But Netflix,
Especially
but
since
but
the
Netflix,
first-
but Netflix is already profiting off of it.
The first movie has like pretty direct talk about like girl. Sorry, I have to bleep that. YouTube don't allow that shit.
It's not. It's. You might think it's direct, but you like. That's like when you're like an adult and you'd be able to like pick up on those things. Because there's so many things like just growing up, like personally, you're watching like TV shows and stuff, and like you don't like things just go right over your head. So it's kind of like the same thing where it's gonna go right over their head, right?
Yeah, maybe.
So like,
But
yeah.
I don't know if any kids are really like dropping whatever they're doing to watch Rebel Moon. It's not.
No, but it's more so
I
like
feel
remember we talked about it, how like
Yeah.
it's very much just like cool shit happening.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, that's kids will watch shit just because it's cool, right? Like when you watch like the Marvel MCU movies, like the story is like half the time dog shit, but then they're doing cool shit because it's like, like they're focusing on like like the kids as the audience, right?
Yeah.
So like, and they still like profit like half the time or most of the time, I guess. I don't know.
Not recently.
I not recently. I kind of like tapped out of that shit, but they were profiting a lot from that though.
Yeah, but
Right.
like I would say that like in terms of story wise, I would say MCU movies like all the way up until Endgame were better done
Yeah.
than like any of this Rebel Moon stuff
100%,
going on.
100%. But the difference is also like they have the subject matter to like pull from, in terms of like where it comes from, like the creativity and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like having to create your own universe, it's like,
Well, I mean, it's a bootleg Star Wars.
Yeah.
Like he's.
That's what I'm saying, like,
hey
the
man, go watch
yeah.
a movie. Hey, there's 9 of them out there. Go watch
but
them.
here's what I'm saying, like say with Star Wars and you have like lightsabers
Yeah.
and like you have somebody like cut through somebody, like you'd want to see like that body just like fall off, right? Like you wouldn't want to see it like off screen.
But we
there's
saw
like
it.
so
Darth
there-
Maul.
That's what I'm saying. So there's like decisions like that where like the PG-13 version could be like so different from the one that he's gonna put out. Like it's already like kind of like the PG-13's kind of ass.
Yeah.
Like,
It is ass.
what's it called? It's 4 movies for 150 mil, which is like that's pretty good. Like by far, like just from like the first one, they're already profiting by based on those like margins. The fact that he was able to do 4 movies off 150, like they're already like making money off that shit. So it's like it might be a shit movie, but they're like Netflix at least profiting, which is why they like did that deal of like, yo, we'll give you the director's cuts, just give us like the PG-13 version too, so that we like you have like the kids that'll just like enjoy like the cool shit, and then you have like
but that's also if like the
yeah.
numbers that Zack Snyder was saying were like the real numbers. Because
yeah,
Netflix
100%.
doesn't really disclose those.
100%, yeah. If it was like that, yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't really see him like lying and shit. Like he's
Well, I could see Netflix lying to him.
I guess I don't know. We can't comment on
No,
that.
I know.
Yeah, but like usually like he's like down to like stick to his guns and just like have people talk shit to him because of like the way he thinks about shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Brain dead sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna reserve my shit. But ew, if this really is bad though, like I'm like me as a fan, like I'll probably just like mentally check out.
Yeah, you got it, bro.
Yeah.
You've given him so many chances.
I have. Yeah, right, but rightfully so. Rightfully so. Come on now.
Yeah.
I did want to talk about Transformers. Did you you don't watch the trailer?
I didn't watch the trailer.
Bro, so Chris Hemsworth is actually voicing
I saw that.
one of the Autobots. I think it was, I don't know if it was Bumblebee or not. But this is like, it's called Transformers 1.
Yeah.
It's animated, and it's kind of like MCU meets Transformers.
How do you mean?
Like, did you watch Transformers Prime?
No. Wait.
So like, there's like a TV show.
Maybe.
Animated TV show. So like, okay, so all the Transformers, like they have their like OG designs and stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe even like before, it's like it technically takes place before that.
Okay.
So like the Transformers kind of like, it's kind of like they like just woke up in a way.
Okay.
So they're kind of, and then they have like that MCU personality to them. So like with Bumblebee,
Sort of comedic.
it's comedic where like Bumblebee's like, yo, he's gonna transform. It's his first time transforming into a car,
Yeah.
and then the fucking wheels don't come out, so he just fucking crashes into a rock, and then the wheels pop out afterwards.
Okay.
And then he's like in the middle of a fight, and they're like on like a random planet with like random monsters and shit.
Yeah.
And his like battle visor comes down, and then he gets like fucking like laser sword things coming out, and he's like, yo, I got all this shit, like I'm specced out. And he's kind of just like, he's like just like getting all hyped up over his own like specs because he didn't even know that he had this shit.
Yeah.
And then you're like, it's kind of weird because Transformers wise, like they usually like they're never like reacting in that way, like, oh shit, I didn't know my own body, like.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird because it's like you have like this very humanistic like approach to like reacting to their own shit.
But isn't that kind of cool? Say if like this is like one of the first times they've like woken up or whatever.
Yeah. So like that's what I was saying, because like you have because Optimus Prime, before he was Optimus Prime, I think his name was like Orion Pax. So that's him in the TV show. And then Megatron, it's before he's Megatron, so he's like, fuck, what do they call him, like G16? His name is like G16.
Okay.
So he's just like a random like working robot and shit.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like, no, we gotta stick to the rules, we gotta do this and shit. Like, you know, like it's like a totally different dude.
Yeah.
And like you kind of want to watch it just to see that switch up of like, what's this information or something that he gets where he's like,
I'm gonna become Megatron.
yeah, like where like, because Megatron's like train of thought of like, you know, he like Megatron in his mind, he thinks he's doing right by like Cybertron.
Yeah.
And he's trying to like save Cybertron and like extend like their.
Yeah. So like, what's his information? Like, what is he fighting for, type of thing?
Yeah.
Or,
like
what
I
starts
want,
it?
yeah, and I want to see like how that like progress. So I was like, it's cool in that sense, but I'm just worried that like the MCU like humor side of it, does that like dilute the story, you know? Because even like, because you Optimus Prime, like the way you like hear him like narrate and like be so inspirational and all that shit, that's like a whole different, like that's Optimus Prime, right?
Yeah.
But Orion Pax, like especially in the fucking trailer,
He's a joker.
he's like yo, okay, on the count of 3 we're gonna fucking all transform. And they're like running, and like the bridge just ends, and they all fall and just fucking eat shit. And you're just like, this is the leader saying this, like, you know what I mean? So it's like,
that's kind of funny. A little ragtag group.
I'm kind of wondering how like the community's gonna receive it.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gonna be definitely better than like Rise of the Beast.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and I feel like kids are just gonna love it, man.
Oh,
like,
of course.
Because like
I feel
nowadays,
like that's
like,
smart.
yeah, like nowadays
that's
kids
smart.
didn't, like they don't know Transformers
Exactly.
really. So
like,
I
I think this is a smart move.
it's a smart move, 100%.
It's like anime side with like how Dragon Ball always like,
Yeah.
like they had like Dragon Ball Z, and now they like
The
to get like a
Super.
new community was like
Daima.
Super. Now like to get another new one
Yeah.
is Daima.
Yeah.
So I
They're
think
like
that's
constantly
smart.
trying to like do it for like the kids like coming forward.
Yeah, that's smart. You get like a newer generation of audiences
also
and
have-
fans.
Like I wonder how Chris's role is gonna be in this, because like he only has one more Thor movie, right? Like it's his last solo Thor movie.
Thor 5 or whatever.
Yeah. So then like he'll have like, you know, cameos and shit or whatever.
Maybe.
Or Avengers movies, whatever.
Yeah.
Because they're just saying it's like his last solo movie. So
Mhm.
like it probably opens him up to do other stuff. And I'm wondering like, does Transformers like, does it start to branch out and have that like live action
Solo.
universe and like whatever, like have him like more included?
Voice it.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Voice Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that'd be cool. It'd be kind of cool to see kind of where it goes.
Yeah, I'm always hyped for Transformers shit, so I'm down either way.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, 257.
257.
How'd you feel?
I liked it.
You liked it?
Yeah.
Did it kind of like reel you back in?
A little bit, yeah.
How
Maybe.
come?
Well, I mean, for one, so like I was there like leak night, like live when the leaks
I was
were
there
happening.
leak night,
I was
bro.
there leak night when that shit was happening.
Post it up,
But like
man.
they kind of, whoever was leaking it, like
Yeah.
the guy who leaks it usually, like he fucked up on the translation.
Mhm.
So the hype was, oh shit, Yuji's Sukuna's twin.
Oh, okay.
And then the translation got corrected to where it's like, oh no, it was actually Jin, Yuji's dad, that was Sukuna's twin,
Okay.
and Yuji's like Sukuna's
Offspring.
like nephew.
Yeah. And
So
then got corrected again.
no, because that's it. That's a correction, right? It's like Yuji is essentially the nephew to Sukuna.
No, that's not what I read.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so like Sukuna says that he ate his
Well, he
twin.
ate his twin in the
Kenjaku
womb.
somehow got a hold of the soul.
Yeah, and that's Yuji.
No, that was Jin.
Did he say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And
So
I
he
guess-
created. Okay, so
So by
so-
the way, at the moment of this recording, TCB translations are not.
yeah, these are fan translations, so we're kind of doing what we can with it. So you're saying like Kenjaku, not only was he Yuji's mom at
Mhm.
one point,
Yeah.
but he created Yuji's dad,
I don't think.
and then
I don't think.
banged
I don't know if
or
he
what?
created it or if he just waited for like the
the right thing. To pop up.
soul to pop up again, like reincarnate.
So, but like, so now like reincarnation is like it's a thing in JJK now. Like, besides like you like turning into like a cursed spirit, it's like.
Yeah, I guess
Right?
so. Yeah. But like it's just fucking hilarious because like yo, you were friends with Sukuna, you waited for Sukuna's twin
Yeah.
to reincarnate. You then took
How do you-
over his wife, banged.
Yeah, but how do you feel about like Sukuna having a twin?
It was already a theory like with the
Yeah.
Japanese community that like
Yeah.
Sukuna had a twin.
Yeah, cause I remember that like with the womb stuff.
So I don't mind it because like Japanese theory, like the when they start
Yeah.
cooking up theories, they usually end
cooking.
up being like pretty close to being right.
But I was thinking more like similar to how like Maki and Mai have their like womb thing happening.
Yeah.
Like wouldn't like why it wasn't the same scenario for him, and like how did he eat his fucking like it's like
It's Sukuna. Bro.
I know
don't
like I
know.
kind of it's like it's giving me Shaman King vibes.
Yeah, 100%.
It's giving me Shaman King vibes. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's like I don't hate it or nothing. It's just like okay, like
But like
You
it
know.
would be like a thing where like you could say that like this is kind of where Sukuna's like infatuation with like eating humans also came from. Was like
Okay.
when he was like a kid he ate or
Yeah.
baby in the womb he ate his twin.
yeah.
And then like the thing is like there was like always like these weird little like foreshadows that were like happening throughout the series where like they were like Sukuna said like, oh, Kenjaku's like the grossest motherfucker because
Mhm.
like when Sukuna realized who Yuji was, he said something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kenjaku always like saying like or like at the end of Shibuya saying that like I expect a lot from you. Like there's always been like little
Yeah.
like droplets of like who
Like
Yuji
hints-
is or like
hints,
what
yeah.
Yuji's gonna like
Yeah.
become.
And we've we've talked about those,
Yeah.
but it's like again like where is it really heading? And like we knew that Sukuna was just like constantly shitting on Yuji.
Yeah, it's like why
just
is he
for,
shitting
just for
on
you
him?
just for Yuji to come back and be like hot bitch.
Bro, this chapter
Which is
he
the chapter.
really hit him with
This
the hot
chapter,
bit.
like 5
Like-
black flashes, but like
Not 8 consecutive
Wasn't it?
black flashes, bro.
just fucking dogging him, bro.
8. He broke the
Bro,
record.
it got to a point where Sukuna was like, "This motherfucker hitting me
yeah.
like this
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
like multiple times."
Bro,
like-
he broke the record. 8
Yeah.
consecutive.
Yeah, that's sick. He broke his like own record.
Well, he
and-
broke
and
Nanami's
Nanami's, yeah.
record. He has 2 techniques. He has
Yeah,
the
the
blood
blood-
manipulation and
Which
he
we
has
already
shrine.
knew. Like we could tell, like with a lot of like the blood, piercing blood.
Well,
stuff
we saw him
happening.
use it. We saw him
Yeah,
use it.
yeah, and
Like-
seeing it happen like off screen and shit. You were
Yeah,
like,
we
okay,
were
it's
unsure,
him,
but
it's
like
him.
we were saying it's him.
Yeah,
But now he has shrine as well.
yeah. But okay, explain how he's using shrine. Because all I got from that was like, for some reason he's not getting affected by Sukuna's cuts and
Mhm.
like attacks mixed together.
Yeah.
But what is he doing shrine with? Like he's not like he didn't throw a domain up or nothing. Like what? How is he?
Well, so shrine. This is what I've been saying. Like every like now like few pods where I'm saying that Sukuna's technique is called shrine,
Yeah. Okay.
and like I believe shrine. Like this part hasn't been necessarily explained, but the word in Japanese the way that it like is described as like a box. Like you have to open this box to grab things, almost like a storage box.
So you're saying like his open is
His
from the
open
shrine.
is just his shrine.
Oh, okay.
He just
Okay,
swaps out like his dismantle and grabs like his the fuga
So
or whatever.
are you saying that Yuji is tapping into the same shrine? Like like
No, I would say
like
it's his
you know
own.
how like Kakashi
Because like
and-
Sukuna said that like the way it manifested was slightly different than his.
okay, because like I was gonna say like the way Kakashi and Obito have the same Sharingan,
Yeah,
They tap
they
into the
link
same
into the
space.
same space.
I was
No,
like
because
maybe
like,
it's like that.
well, maybe it's still like that,
Yeah.
but the way that because the way Yuji was using dismantle was like very different. It
he
was
can
like
use
the,
it differently.
it was like the paper cut thing, like it like showed
Yeah.
scissors
Yeah.
cutting through the shit, right?
because it's like the limitation of his ability is like how far he can take it with his mind, right?
Well, it's the way
And
that like,
Yuji's
the
like-
era affected the manifestation of like dismantle.
Wait,
so like
what?
to him, he saw dismantle as like
I was
scissors
like,
cutting
oh,
shit,
okay,
right?
okay, that,
So like
That's what I'm
that's why
saying.
you see like in the thing, it's like like the dashed lines, like you're
Yeah.
supposed to cut these,
yeah,
and that's how Yuji's like manifesting.
that's how
it.
he sees it. That's
yeah,
how he sees it.
that's how he
Oh,
sees it.
Okay.
Versus like with Sukuna, it's just like he just throws it at you, right?
I guess like we never actually saw it from Sukuna's perspective, so like maybe we're seeing it through Yuji because that's actually how it is.
No. Sukuna says like
Oh,
that,
does he?
like it's
It
different.
manifested
It
differently.
manifested differently because
Okay,
of
okay.
like era and shit.
Okay.
So I
That's
would,
that's really cool to see.
yeah, I mean,
Right?
this
Like
was
when he does
something that
when he does
Gojo called
Fuga
like
or whatever.
if
If he hits that,
if like because like you could say that like maybe Shrine like the base is still dismantle and cleave but like Fuga was something else that Sukuna picked up on.
okay.
So it could be a thing where like Yuji Shrine only has those two
Mm.
versus like Sukuna has like
If he taps into the same shrine, then I can see him.
then
like,
yeah.
because like Yuji's arsenal, like he doesn't really have like we don't really know where Sukuna got these techniques from.
Yeah.
So like if these are like techniques that he compiled after like fighting like all these sorcerers over the years
Yeah.
and kind of like just like Yuji doesn't have that benefit of being able to like do that.
Well, yeah.
Right?
Well,
So then that's why I feel like he's like tapping into like if it's not Sukuna's, maybe his shrine is like the wombs. You know, each of the wombs have like their own ability.
yeah, I think from the
Maybe he's like because they did say that like the piercing blood one
came
was
from the 4 to 9.
4 to 9, right?
Yeah.
But like Yuji could be tapping into all the wombs and just like grabbing techniques like
Oh, maybe if
from-
they have like different ones, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But like I think all of them were blood based
Yeah.
cuz
I-
like if they're
We only got to see a handful of them though.
the 3 that we saw,
Yeah.
they're all blood based.
Yeah.
So
but is
I
that
would-
not 4 to like that's I feel like that's within 4 to 9 though, right? Or no?
that 4 to 9's different?
Yeah.
No, I'm saying the Chozo and like the 2 other brothers
yeah.
that we saw,
Yeah.
they were all blood based.
Yeah. But are they like the 4 to 9 womb?
Yeah,
Wombs?
cuz like they would be 1 to 3, right? Then
Like-
4 to 9 or like whoever
Like
else.
I'm saying they're numbered like Chozo would have been number 4.
No, I would say Chozo would have been 1 to 3, like number 1
Okay,
or
and then
number 2
and the
number
2
3.
on the bridge were also 1 to 3.
1 to 3, yeah.
And then he okay. I see
And
what
now
you're saying.
here on
I see
out
what you're saying.
4 to 9 or
Okay,
whatever else.
Okay.
So they would be blood based, I feel like.
Mm.
So right now he has
So then
2
yeah.
techniques. His potential is that of Sukuna's essentially.
Yeah.
And currently if we take the editor note as like fact,
Yeah.
Yuji just in this moment surpassed Sukuna, which is insane.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Yo, how do you feel about like that kind of like narration like in the back, like when they do like a flashback? Because I know last time we talked about it.
Oh, with
we
like
we were
Sukuna.
kind of getting tired of like a new person gets introduced and their hypeness is built on like Gojo talking about it. And then
I
now-
don't mind
and then,
it because like this one isn't used to like hype Yuji up. It was more so like here's the lore drop on what Yuji is,
yeah,
which I don't mind that.
because
Like, we
you
needed
had
that.
because you had Sukuna and Urame talking, and
Yeah.
then like, but then we had like that random ass fucking like segment of like Gojo and what was that guy's name? Ken? No, what's his name? The guy with the fucking
You know?
yeah, Ino. Sorry,
Yeah.
Ino. Yeah, like you just had that that randomly just come in for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, what was the purpose for that? Because they're like, are you gonna use Nanami's thing?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it's better if you use it or something like that.
Yeah, I guess I don't understand the whole purpose
Unless that's
for it
supposed
to
to,
be
like,
there.
Come in next.
Unless there's like we're missing some context because of the translation we read.
That could happen too. Because he does his dragon thing, and then he like taps out and he's like, "Fuck, man, this is all you. You got this. I did what I could."
Fuck, Yuji was fucking him up, bro.
Yeah, he was.
Bro, he was like parrying
definitely
like
was.
strikes, like going through, punching Sukuna, black flash, boom, parrying another hit, black flash.
Yo,
like,
yeah. I need to see it like cleaned up and like scans, because like that was like these leaks were literally like but he had like his book out and he's like taking pictures of like each page, and then they like threw the translation all over top of it.
Yeah.
So I gotta see this like nice and cleaned up again. But
last chapter we actually like. So this has actually been the things that like fans have been saying since Shibuya, like mid Shibuya, around the time when he was fighting Mahito, that Yuji's like character design is moving more and more in line with Sukuna, which I think now is like playing out even cooler.
Especially
like,
when he got slashed in his face and stuff. Like you, like it was almost like hard to see like which one's Sukuna, which one's Yuji, because they kind of started to look alike, and like the same way Sukuna has, like half of his face is like distorted normally.
Yeah.
And then you had like Yuji's like half of his face be like bloodied out and
because
stuff.
Sukuna like slashed his face or whatever.
And remember that.
But like his eyes too. If you look at Yuji's eyes, he has the ring in his eye now.
Remember that theory?
Which one?
Like the theory we were talking about it last week, where like Sukuna's actually Yuji like from the future.
From the future, yeah.
Like, what do you think that's still gonna happen or no? Not at all.
No, because we just got
the lore drop.
Like the way I can see is like maybe Yuji's body was built to be Sukuna's body.
Yeah.
Essentially, Sukuna is not Sukuna. Kenjaku was trying to create another Sukuna.
Yeah.
Through Jin.
But then, why didn't Kenjaku like continue to like nurture Yuji into a way, like, you know how like your environment like kind of makes you and stuff, like why didn't he like set it up so like Yuji would become evil?
I don't know. I feel like it'll be like a thing where like maybe Kenjaku saw this all playing out in the same way, where he was like, I don't think I'll see my plan to the end. So then have like somebody there to push Sukuna to actually use my plan.
Like what? Like was he setting up Yuji to like meet Gojo and like get to that point where they can kill Sukuna? Like,
yeah, maybe.
Because I don't know. Like when we think about like Kenjaku's plan and how like it got to the point where it is now, or like at the beginning of the story of how like they trapped Gojo and everything.
Yeah.
Like why didn't he trap Gojo before? Like his plan was all set basically, right? Like it's one thing to just chalk it up to be like maybe his plan finally was able to. He would have
only had a year to do it, right? Because like when we get to the part where Yuji meets Gojo, that's only a year after Yuta killed Geto.
But really?
Yeah.
No, because at that
because Yuta's a year 2, Yuji's a year 1.
No. But
means there's only a 1 year difference.
Oh, word.
Geto left Jujutsu High 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was way back.
So that's it. So that was 10 years ago. Yeah. Yuta takes place a year ago, and then like this is current timeline.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird then.
Yeah, I still don't like that. That's where like my whole problem with like Yuta just straight up killing Kenjaku there was like, what the fuck was the whole point now? Like now the whole thought process is like, yeah, Yuji's gonna push Sukuna to actually do the merger.
Yeah.
And like that's gonna be Sukuna's like sort of. Remember I was saying like
way to survive.
Like two podcasts ago where I was like, that's gonna be like Sukuna's like kind of trump card.
Yeah.
And then he was gonna consume the merger or try to.
Yeah.
But fuck. Because Yuji got the rings in his eyes too.
Yeah.
Yuji out here.
I don't know. It's interesting. I'm still kind of
two techniques.
Yeah. I'm fine.
Reverse curse technique.
It finally happened now, but like I wish they had said it like earlier in the fights.
Yuji's sorry.
Just all the stuff with Yuji, like it's just like for it to, like it's coming like so far after now. Like it's just, I feel like I just started tapping out with like how long this fight's been going on.
Like what Sukuna. Would like when Yuji and Yuta were 1v1ing or not 2v1ing Sukuna, that like maybe then they showed that he had Shrine.
Like just like have it like come up like sooner. You know what I mean? Because like,
but like I think they rely. If we take what the narration of last episode or not last chapter was, that like the Black Flash is what really awoke him.
Yeah, that like he couldn't really tap into it.
Yeah,
that's also true. That like it makes sense if we're taking it that way, then yeah.
But like
why didn't it show up before?
If we take like the sort of like what would you call it, like buffs that Gojo was getting from his Black Flashes, Yuji's at 8, bro. This guy's reverse curse. His reverse curse technique probably working overload. Yeah. He's able to use both techniques whenever the fuck he wants.
That's probably why the slashes aren't really affecting him. Because of how many Black Flashes he's hitting.
He's probably just reverse curse technique.
Sukuna was literally like, yo, like he's still hitting the Black Flashes even though I'm cutting him up.
Yeah.
Right? Like he's just that locked in. Or he's like, I don't give a fuck if I get cut. Like I'm still like.
And like the fucked up part is like Yuji's punches are like soul punches. So like this motherfucker is hitting Sukuna's
he's
soul.
fucking him up. He's actually like
Like he's making that body that Sukuna's using unstable as fuck.
Well, Megumi's gonna come out now. Hopefully.
Nah, bro, he a pussy.
He's a bitch boy, so.
Bro, if we from what we saw when Yuji got into like
Into
that,
him,
that,
to,
that
like,
like
yeah.
like
And he's like, bro, just leave me.
yeah, this girl,
like,
the girl,
like, I don't want to live anymore.
just leave me, bro. I don't
Fuck.
want to do this anymore.
Fuck.
Like, what's gonna awaken Megumi? Because like Yuji already been there. You know what I mean? Like he's already gone into
It's
that
kinda
space
it's
to like
kinda
say,
GG.
"Yo, wake up, bro."
But does Yuji? Do you think Yuji's gonna make that choice of like
Swapping bodies? Because like there's a soul swap thing.
not like
at
swapping
play.
bodies, but do you think he's gonna make that choice of like, yo, Megami can't be saved? Let's just
Kill him?
Yeah, let's just kill Sukuna like in the body.
Well,
'Cause
like,
I figured Yuji's not gonna have a hard time making that choice.
but like you know, like the thing with okay, so like if we take Gojo's plan was always to kill Sukuna.
Yeah,
He said he was gonna save Megumi after he kills Sukuna.
yeah,
I'm assuming that everybody else is filled in with Gojo's plan as well.
but like, would they be able to do what Gojo would have wanted to do?
Why'd they take Gojo back?
But Gojo also all talk.
Nah, bro. half the shit he was saying has come true though. Like with the
but I mean, like, in the way that he was like, yo, like talking shit to Sukuna, like, yo, I'm gonna fuck you
Oh,
up, cause
yeah,
like,
yeah.
cause he like.
Well, he did fuck him up.
No, but like
From what we know.
no, but in the way that he's like, I don't give a fuck about Megumi, I'm gonna kill you regardless.
Oh yeah.
Like the way that he was talking that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you know that he still cares for Megumi, and he wasn't just gonna like
If
kill Megumi.
if Sukuna
right?
don't make that binding vow, he's dead.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I know, but I'm just saying like the way that like I feel like Gojo, like he has a way of like saying things just to like.
but like
flex
that
and, like,
seems
fun,
more of like a
and then-
plan though. Like I'm gonna kill you and then I'm gonna save
part,
Megumi.
yeah, 100%. Because he's
So
trying
then-
to misguide them and think like, yo, I'm gonna actually like do what I can to fucking like I'm gonna destroy you. Like I'm not taking it easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm assuming that everybody else would have been filled in on this plan. And like why
Yeah,
take
but I
Gojo's
don't-
body back? Like
but
I still don't understand. Why are they
but
taking the bodies back?
Yeah, I think like the thing is though, like Gojo's like, I feel like he's able to make that calculation to be like, I'm gonna kill you. Whereas like, I didn't think Yuji would be able to do that, given his character.
But like
Right.
as in like be willing to actually kill someone.
Yeah,
Like not someone because he has, but like in
Like
the
his
sense
boy.
Megumi.
his boy.
If like the whole Yuji said it. Well, what did he say to Maki that one time? Didn't Yuji just say "fuck it, let's kill him" to Maki?
When was this?
When Sukuna first took over Megumi's body, and it was just Yuji versus Megumi, and then Maki pulled up.
I don't remember him saying like, let's kill him.
I swear he said something like that. Like
No.
the whole goal is to just kill him, and like I'll check.
No, I don't know. It's been so long since then.
It's
but
been
I,
a while.
But I don't remember like, cause I remember we were talking about just Yuji overall. Like, would he be able to make that sacrifice? And we're talking about how like Yuta and Megumi are those characters that like when it comes to it, they'll actually do it.
Yeah.
But Yuji won't. That's why I'm like, if Yuji makes that change, like, you think he like commits suicide or some shit afterwards?
Well,
Like-
well, the thing is like there's still this like the soul swap thing that we saw, like that
yeah,
one
that he
panel.
did the one time he does it, and then like
we
never
did it
again.
with Kusakabe,
Yeah.
and like that's like they
Yo.
never brought it up again after.
Maybe he soul swaps with Sukuna,
That's what I'm saying.
so it's him and Megami in the same body.
Oh, why?
Because Megami needs to get the fuck up and like, because he can always soul swap later
But like, why not just soul swap with into
into
like the
Megami's
same body? You get Megumi
switch
into
Megami out.
yeah, and then
'Cause
because you're able to contain him.
But it could be because of the way his soul is like so fractured
but
that like Yuji might need to like switch bodies with him, destroy his own body, and then Megami and like kind of like work Megami back up into being like, yo, like stop being a
but
bitch.
like the thing is like if you swap Megumi into like Yuji's body, he's immediately awake, right? Because he's the main soul
but,
at
but, like, but if
hand.
he has no will to live, he just
That's
gonna,
fine.
Like, what's he gonna do?
That's fine.
Because like
The whole
you're telling me like Yuji's gonna have a soul fight against Sukuna
Yeah, he'd
inside the
win.
body and win?
yeah,
That's crazy.
because their souls would be essentially the same, like similar build.
So he's gonna eat him. Like you're saying, like this, like the way Sukuna ate his.
No, I
own
wouldn't say
before.
that he ate him. I would just say that because Yuji and Sukuna are so aware of their souls now, that like Yuji's soul would be able to like at least do the same thing it did in Yuji's body,
Mhm.
where it overpowered and he was able to like take control again.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it wasn't because
Yeah,
it wasn't.
I
I don't think it was just because of Yuji's body that he was able to take control. I think it was based off of what Yuji's soul is that he was able to take control.
Okay.
That's what makes sense to me.
Yeah. Mm. It's gonna be tough. Like it's
Yeah, right there. Yuji says kill him,
he's not gonna die.
but he said kill him, so that means like he's like willing to go to the like whatever point of fighting for him means let's kill this dude.
Okay. Shit, dude. Okay, then I can like, cause with the Sukuna and Yuji like soul debate, like yeah, like Sukuna's got like all his fingers now,
Yeah. Well, he has
except for the one.
but
for
he
the
had
one.
his body,
But like,
mummified
so,
body.
like he has that, and then, but Yuji's also done like so many like black flashes and like leveled up as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, can this new version of Yuji like actually like handle that spirit? And like
Yeah.
it's safe to say he can, because of the way he's holding himself now,
Yeah.
like in these fights. But yeah,
But like
do you
the
think
thing
it'll
is,
be like a self-destruction thing though?
the thing is, Yuji's tapping Sukuna's soul every time he hits him too.
Yeah.
So it's like
he's kind of like breaking it away.
he's breaking it away. So it's like he'd put Sukuna in a vulnerable spot anyways.
Okay, so do you think they both have to die by the end of the story?
Yuji and Sukuna. I'm still not 100% certain on like
considering that
who
Yuji
dies.
is like still like his soul, like it's still Sukuna, part of Sukuna's soul. Like,
does he
is
have to
that
die for like Piece to?
for Sukuna to not be able to come back, especially with like this whole like reincarnation and stuff? Like, as long as Yuji's alive, does that mean Sukuna can always come back?
Maybe.
Like,
I remember Kenjaku said something like that. As long as the two of them are alive, that curses
Yeah.
would never
So
like
it
they
needs
would
to-
always exist or whatever.
and you still like get to a point where they're in the same body together and like
They just kill off each other.
they kill each other. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's a solid ending.
Yeah, I guess. Unless somehow Yuji
Yuji
figures
dying
out.
alone. Remember, like the call back to his grandpa and everything.
Yeah. But like he wouldn't be dying alone, assuming that like everybody's bodies are being healed. Gojo would be alive, Yuta would be alive, Megumi would be back. For some reason, they weren't able to save Nobara, even though like I guess we're somehow saving Yuta and Gojo
Yeah. That's actually
because
crazy.
both of them
That's
got
actually
cut in
crazy.
half.
That's fucking crazy. They're literally like, yo, we don't know what to do with your powers, so we're just gonna write you out of the story.
Yeah, but like Gojo and Yuta can get cut in complete half, and let's bring you back, or presumably bring you back.
Assuming that the body thing wasn't strictly just because they don't want Kenjaku to like.
But if they're so sure that Yuta killed him, then like it wouldn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yuta got cut in half. Gojo got cut in half. What's his other?
Yeah, chill. Yuta's
What's the
chilling.
other guy's name? Judge Man got cut in half.
Yeah, Higgy.
Higgy got cut in half. Did they ever go pick up the other guy's body?
Hajime?
Hajime's body.
No idea.
This guy got cut in like 15 pieces. Made that motherfucking fertilizer.
Yeah, but Sukuna's gonna go down as like most overpowered character in like anime, in terms of like their own verse.
100%. Because like
Yeah.
this whole fucking recontextualization of this
Yeah.
guy's power every
It's
fucking other
crazy.
chapter is fucked.
Yeah.
We're gonna get another one next chapter. Just be fucking
Yeah.
ready.
I'm getting tired of that though. Of like, fuck.
Because we still haven't seen the follow through to what Urume was saying.
It's kind of getting to that point where like, okay, like you know how like, you have like people explaining like their power systems.
Yeah.
You assume you have like a good grasp of like the power system, and then there's like ways that they teach you to like go beyond and like get further, like with Dragon Ball Z, like going to like Ultra Instinct and like tapping into that shit.
Yeah.
But then you have like different levels of Super Saiyan, and then like with Nen abilities you have them like tap into like Nen beasts and stuff,
Yeah.
and then like you have Sage of the Sixth Path or even like Sage Jutsu in general. Like you have ways to like divert it but still kind of like keep it its own. This I feel like it's just every like just like how consistently it's just like keep like showing you new things and things that you can do with this.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, like what the fuck is this system?
Like I honestly didn't mind them breaking the system with Gojo and Sukuna when
Yeah,
it was
'cause they're
those
that-
two
they're that
fighting because
fucking
they were
beast.
just that beast.
Exactly,
So like
and they're
the
able to-
perception of like
100%.
what like because like our narration was like Kusakabe, Yuji,
yeah,
Yuta, and whatever. Their
100%.
perception of what Gojo
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Sukuna could do, they didn't
totally
know
different.
because
Totally
like
different.
we haven't seen the two of
Yeah,
them go
I agree.
all
I
out.
agree.
So
That-
seeing
yeah.
them like
And
pop a domain,
100%,
reverse curse
100%,
technique their brain
100%.
to get their technique back. Like
Yeah,
that was cool. I was like shit. Like that
No,
was
I
like
agree,
nobody
I
would have
agree.
thought of that, right?
yeah. They
Like even Yuta was like
like,
shit.
they can-
I never thought
they
of
can
that.
break the rules as much because they're like at the pinnacle.
Yeah.
They can break the rules because of like how well they understand curse energy and like whatever, like all that shit.
But then the issue comes, Gojo dies, assuming that he's dead,
and he's still kind of like going and going,
and Sukuna's still going, like he's still moving forward,
You're
like they're still breaking shit. Sukuna's still like, oh, I haven't used my true power.
Yeah, that alone is just kind of cheesy. Like, it was just like, fuck, are you serious right now?
Like, what? How?
Yeah.
You went through a whole gauntlet versus everybody. You still not doing like
fucking hell, dude. Yeah.
This is why like it would have been much better just having like Sukuna and Gojo be like kind of the main event.
Yeah.
While Kenjaku Yuji be another main event.
Yeah. That's true. Fuck, man. I mean, it's been a good ride, I guess. Like
yeah, like
I mean, it's kind of like a clear indication of like, you know, authors that have like a hard time like ending their series.
Yeah.
It's like it's so like often it happens.
I think it's an issue with like cuz you see it a lot with the ones that create like this crazy final villain.
Yeah.
You write yourself into a corner. You're not like, you make them stupid powerful.
I mean, like Naruto did it with like Madara and Kaguya.
Yeah, well, you had to have Madara, then like you had to bring Kaguya because like she's a little bit more brain dead and like you can just like outsmart her.
Yeah.
Like,
because Madara, I mean, to be honest, like the writers could have made, like the author could have done it in a way where it like could have just ended with Madara.
Yeah, like you could have actually had like not Sukuna, Sasuke and Naruto's like power up into like their Sage of Six Paths,
and then just
be like actually like
on that level,
and then you just have like a because like he would essentially be the dad versus the two sons.
Yeah, 100%. And you had like the two halves working together for the first time.
Yeah,
and that would have been a great ending to it. But like, yeah.
With this, I think there is a bit of a saving grace, assuming that like Sukuna doesn't actually have that next bit.
Assuming. Yeah. Assuming he doesn't have that like the finger that Yuta or whoever was.
Well, Yuta has it, so like we know that Sukuna doesn't have it.
Assuming he doesn't get it, though, is what I'm saying.
The only thing that I can see, like assuming Urame is completely wrong, the only other power up I can see Sukuna getting is from the merger, and that's if he's able to consume whatever the merger creates.
The thing is though, like based on this chapter, I don't know if Urame is wrong because it seems like Urame has that like closeness to Sukuna
to know shit.
Yeah, and because like the way they were able to sense like some faint Sukuna shit from like YUJI and like understand like what this person is and has like this like faint soul of Sukuna, like that's not just like nobody else would have like Gojo didn't sense that, like nobody else sensed it. Kenjaku, like I mean he
knew, but
right, but like other than that, like Urame has that like level of like I know my master, I know like his,
but like she doesn't know who Sukuna's fighting. I think Yuji's literally just perfect built for fighting Sukuna.
We still don't have your whatever her name is.
We
still don't have her gift. Whatever that was, if it's still an actual gift at this point, like something that she like bestowed upon him.
Well, I mean, what if it was just the cursed tool that he had?
Yeah, but they didn't say it though, and you're kind of just like, yo, bring this shit up. Don't just forget about it, right? Like
the thing is, like with Yuji, like because he's built to be like the perfect like protagonist of the antagonist, in the sense that like his soul punches. Like he can use the same technique. He has the blood manipulation, and he's like a reverse curse technique and black flashes essentially at will. Like you just built like the one thing that can degrade Sukuna to the point where like he's beatable.
Yeah.
That's like my only silver lining is that like Sukuna might have a part 2 to him, but like Yuji's degrading him to the point. Yuji's degrading him to the point where he can't reach part 2.
Yeah. I'm just kind of tired of him getting power ups.
Oh, same.
Yeah, and now that it's finally YUJI versus Sukuna, like end it here.
Yeah, this is like the perfect ending where it's like the main character versus the main villain.
Like take like 2 more chapters or something, and like.
What you think? Like 2 more chapters of fighting and like that's it?
I hope so. Like 2 more, like 2 more fight like chapters of like back and forth
between them two, and then what? Like merger happens. Like what if in your ideal thing, like how does this play out?
I'm saying like the 2 chapters is like. Them going back and forth and not knowing like who's gonna come up on top.
Okay.
Then I would say like third chapter, either like halfway through or like some anywhere in the 3rd chapter.
Yeah.
You either have YUJI switch bodies or like as Sukuna's trying to start the merger because he has to like pull out his like soul thing because that's one thing that like Sukuna doesn't know about, and YUJI's kind of waiting for him to like play his trump card.
Yeah.
Plays it, then switches with him.
Play my own trump card at the same time you play yours.
Exactly. And then like do it in a way where like it crushes like both of them together and Megumi survives. And then like I don't know, if assuming like they healed these bodies, like all these dudes that like they've been taking, like Gojo and everyone,
Yeah.
like you would have Yuji die thinking like I don't like thinking that he's like
He's
surrounded
alone?
by loved ones or alone.
Or no.
Either or. Like
Sure,
either like he
sure.
thinks he's like, oh, all my homies died. Like at least I got to save Megami.
Yeah.
He dies, but then like you have like the ending of like a funeral. And you
His
have,
funeral and like
everyone's there,
Yeah.
right? And they're like, yo, we couldn't have done this without you. Like all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say like 5 chapters. I don't know, 6 chapters. Like depending on how you like I just don't want it to be drawn out. Like.
Would you be okay if they did like a, with like how they did Gojo versus Sukuna, where it was like I think 10 chapters or 11 chapter or 12 chapters?
10 chapters starting like from this chapter?
No, this one be included.
Like so,
because like this is like
so 9 more chapters.
Yeah.
Of them fighting.
Yeah.
It depends on like how it's like broken up. Because
Okay.
like, is this just the fight or is it like the whole ending? Like the 10th chapter is like is done. JJK is done.
You can play it both ways, I think.
Because if it's like 10th chapter, JJK is done. I can see that because like when they're having that like soul thing going back and forth inside each other's body,
Yeah.
that's like the opportunity to kind of like, because it's like within your soul, you can have Sukuna have that history drop and have it like that flashback
Word.
of like him fighting the clans or whatever.
Yeah.
That's the time to kind of throw that in there. So then if they do that, you can extend that a little bit.
Yeah. I
And,
like that.
Yeah.
I could fuck with that. Yo, GG.
Cooked it. We cooked it. Like we got you with a good ending. Just get there.
Next question. Because YUJI has Shrine, what's the chances that he's able to pop a domain?
I hope so. I want him to. This is just me though.
That's
just
why,
me though.
No, that's
I
also me.
just want
Because
him
like
to.
that's why I'm saying like you'll have the 10 chapters, so YUJI pops his domain against Sukuna. That would go hard.
Okay. So in that scenario, Yuji's domain is the factor that leads him to pop his trump card.
The merger.
The merger.
Word.
I think that makes sense. Yeah. Because like as much as like Yuji's like chipping away at him with black flashes,
Yeah.
it's like we won't like at any point it could be like he can't keep going with black flashes.
Yeah.
And like Sukuna starts kind of hitting back.
Yeah.
And like if Sukuna gets the finger or has another like power up in some way, they're able like Yuji kind of has to do the domain. And because we know that Sukuna can't like do his own domain, you know that like Yuji's gonna like his domain's gonna hit. So then like I feel like that's the way to do it. Finally have his like a domain for him. Man.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
Because like I feel like his domain would be based off his Shrine as well, because that's his like actual.
Well, because what's Sukuna's is called Malevolent Shrine. So then you have like Yuji's be like Benevolent Shrine or like the opposite of it.
I don't like that.
Like, you know,
I don't like that.
But like
I like the opposition, like how he would be like yin and yang type shit, but like I don't like that. Like it'd be called.
He can name
I
it.
would, honestly, I would just like
no.
I would like it was just like straight up Malevolent Shrine again.
I was saying like because like
that shit would be killer.
Because Sukuna's is like built on like skulls and shit, right?
Yeah.
So like I feel like Yuji's it has to be like recontextualized for that too.
Yeah, maybe.
Because like in the same way that you're saying that he saw
his is built on life.
Like the way his technique, like he saw like paper or like you know like dotted lines of like cuts and shit.
Yeah.
Same thing. So like you kind of take that approach to like the shrine.
Yeah, like how the era manipulated his domain.
It changed the way he sees it, right?
Yeah.
And like,
imagine if his domain's blood based.
Oh, that'd be cool because we haven't seen
a blood domain.
We haven't seen that. Yeah. Yo, they could do some fuck
his
shit.
barrier has like blood dripping from the ceiling and shit.
Like like some like Jesus shit. Like you have him pinned up with a cross and nails and shit. And then you just have him like doing some borderline blood bending.
Nah.
Like they could like kind of go into like some crazy shit.
People are gonna link that to Naruto too much with Itachi and Kakashi. How like Itachi had Kakashi on like a cross.
Okay, if we're thinking about like a blood domain though, how is this gonna? I feel like it's like every time he gets cut, that like they're using that like that blood is like getting manipulated in some way.
Yeah, maybe some like blood bending shit. I think the look of it would be kind of crazy though, because like you'd have like this barrier and then like blood like all over the walls of this barrier and like
maybe the way Yuji's bleeding.
Yeah.
If the domain is blood based, he uses like the blood from his own body.
That'd kill him, no?
Depends, because like you could lose like a certain like a liter or something of your blood, right?
Yeah, I guess.
And if it's kind of like, and if it's like one of those domains where like the further you're in the fight, the stronger it is.
Yeah.
And he's fucking bloodied up, and that's gonna make it stronger.
Well, I mean, what if
Like,
it's a
something
thing
like
that
that.
like because it's blood based, like he kind of like gear 2's.
Like he pushes through it.
Like no, like he gets an amp essentially. Like he, you know how like in Luffy with Gear 2, he like
It's like what is it? Blood doping.
yeah,
some
but
blood
he's like
doping.
blood doping.
Yeah, I could see that.
It's
Yeah.
like so like you cut him, his blood just like goes back into his cut.
It's interesting to see how it's gonna go, because if he adds that blood aspect to Malevolent Shrine, so you still have Malevolent Shrine cut everything,
Yeah,
and he's still cutting himself,
yeah.
and then because he has a blood aspect, he's able to like heal himself or like keep
Congeal the blood or whatever.
it, yeah, like keep it good. Like there's like a couple ways you could play out, but I feel like at this point, if they don't show his domain, I'm gonna be kind of sad.
Yeah.
'Cause
I mean,
we
they finally gave him a technique, and at that they gave him 2.
And we've been part of this journey with Yuji from the beginning, and you're gonna tell me this whole time you're just not gonna give him a domain?
Just black flashes and 2 techniques.
Yeah, like I mean, it's all good if he's just throwing hands, but like, give him a domain that just throws hands or something. Like I don't know.
But like the thing is, like he's not just throwing hands anymore.
Not
He's
anymore,
throwing hands, techniques,
yeah.
black flash. Like he's doing it all.
Like
right
now you gotta like feed me.
Yeah. Now it's just like now just like let us enjoy the fact that he's the main character. Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah, facts. Like we spent like all of JJK just like he not even the strongest in his own verse. Like this guy fucking ain't shit. Like
now he's
he's
given
not
an
even
opportunity.
smart. Like
Now he's given an opportunity to be that top dog.
yeah.
Like let us feast in it for a little
yeah,
bit.
I'm
you
down.
know,
Yeah,
show that he's
I'm with
actually
it.
the main character and it wasn't Gojo.
I'm with it. Yeah. Anyways,
yeah, I think that's all that we got. Next week,
Yeah.
I think Jujutsu Kaisen's not on break. One Piece isn't on break, I believe. So
oh, we're eating them.
we're eating. We'll get you on Kaiju number 8. We'll see what
Yeah.
Jachik's working with.
I know Jochik's read it, so he's gonna have a few of his own
Opinions.
opinions on it. Yeah.
Go in our comments. Let us know if you guys liked any of our theories, or if you have any theories of your own. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notifications, the like button. Go in our description. We have our TikTok and our Twitter. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace.